Enchantress of Chaos, Daji and the Fall of the Shang dynasty. In ancient legends, there existed a powerful kind of demon called the nine-tailed fox. With snowy white fur and 9 long tails, they could transform into humans. They were masters of charm, capable of bewitching hearts and minds, and could absorb human energy to grow stronger. It's said that after 1,000 years of cultivation, they could ascend to immortality. But if they broke the laws of heaven and committed evil, the gods would punish them. This story begins when the goddess Nuwa, from high above the heavens, looked down upon the human world. Fate awakens, a fox sent to stir chaos. During the late Shang dynasty, the empire was still powerful, but the king Daji had become increasingly cruel and indulgent. Nuwa saw the suffering of the people and sighed, "If this continues, the world will fall into chaos." She knew that Daji's evil wasn't yet enough for heaven to justify ending his reign. Only by pushing him further into sin could fate truly shift to the Zhou dynasty. So she decided to send down the most powerful demon. She had a 9-tailed fox to seduce the king, lead him astray, and let him destroy himself. "Remember," Nuwa said, "complete your mission and return immediately. Do not grow attached to the mortal world." The fox nodded, stepped into the moonlight, and disappeared into the night. Possession. The young prince becomes a vessel. Far away in the Su kingdom, a young prince named Daji was gravely ill, lying weak in bed. He was beautiful, gentle, and pure unconcerned with worldly affairs. That night, with only the moonlight and flickering candles, he lay sleeping, breathing faintly. Suddenly, a thin crack opened in the air, and a silver 9-tailed fox stepped through. Its tails flowed like mist in the air. The fox stared coldly at the sleeping boy. "Who are you?" Daji asked. "I'm about to become you," the fox said. Daji woke in shock, but before he could react, a surge of demonic energy flooded into his body. The fox's tails wrapped tightly around his soul, and its silver eyes pierced his mind. Daji didn't even have time to resist. His consciousness was pulled into a dark abyss. He drifted, helpless and alone, while his body became the fox's new home. Seducing the king, obsession and national decline. The next morning, everyone was shocked Daji had recovered, looking more radiant than ever. His beauty now carried an eerie charm. His eyes were gentle but cold, and his smile made people uneasy. Soon, he was selected to enter the royal palace as a consort to King Daji. At first sight, the king was captivated by Daji. From then on, he spent every day and night with him, neglecting court affairs. Daji was graceful, intelligent, and knew exactly how to please the king, who quickly became addicted to his presence. Daji suggested, "Why not throw a grand feast for the whole empire?" The king agreed. He ordered a massive pool to be dug, not filled with water, but with fine wine. Small boats floated in it, and trees around the pool were hung with roasted and cured meats, like fruits of luxury. Naked palace dancers and singers roamed around, performing for their amusement. The king and Daji sat above it all, drinking and laughing, treating the world like their playground. Once, Daji giggled and said, "Why not have the maidens dive into the wine and feed the nobles with their mouths?" The king laughed and approved. The ministers pretended to be pleased, but inside, they were full of sorrow. This scene of madness became known as the infamous Lake of Wine and Forest of Meat, a symbol of indulgence and tyranny. Cruelty Unleashed, the Bone Marrow Test. One cold winter day, Daji and Daji stood atop the palace wall, watching people cross a frozen river. Some elderly folk moved steadily, but a few young men trembled with cold. The king wondered, why are the old unfazed while the young are shivering? Daji smiled. Those boys were born when their parents were already old. Their bodies are weak and lack marrow. Dishin was unsure. Daji suggested, why not break their legs open and see? To everyone's horror, the king agreed. Soldiers shattered the men's legs, revealing their hollow bones, just as Daji had said. Dishin was amazed. Daji only smiled, as if it were nothing at all. The cruel bet, dissecting a pregnant woman. One day, while strolling through the palace, Dishin and Daji spotted a pregnant woman. Daji said, she's carrying a girl. The king disagreed. It's definitely a boy. So they made a bet. To settle it, Dishin ordered the woman brought in and had her belly cut open to check the child's sex. With a scream, blood sprayed everywhere. The unborn baby died instantly. Daji won the bet and smiled calmly. Dishin, entertained, rewarded him with a jade treasure. From that moment on, Daji no longer hid his cruel nature. Loyal ministers slain, torture and heart removal. To satisfy the king's growing thirst for cruelty, Daji invented a new punishment walking on red-hot bronze pillars. Victims were burned alive as they screamed, while the king and Daji watched, delighted. Then came another twisted idea. Minister Bai Gan always boasts of his loyalty. Why not cut open his chest and see if his heart is truly loyal? Dishin agreed. Bai Gan was held down and his heart was cut out alive. The entire court was horrified, but no one dared speak out. Terror ruled the land. A moment of emotion. Even foxes can feel. One night, after drinking heavily, the king leaned on Daji and whispered, if I can hold you until I die, I'll have no regrets in this life. Daji froze. Something stirred in his heart, a strange, unfamiliar feeling. He asked softly, if I were the reason your kingdom falls, would you still stay with me? For the first time, the cold-hearted fox felt a spark of warmth, but it was fleeting. Fate would not allow such love to last. The fall, the war of the gods. At last, fate arrived. King Wu of Zhou rose up. Jiang Zia, Naja, Yang Jian, and other divine warriors descended to the human realm. War erupted. Daji stood atop the deer terrace, his body flickering between human and fox form. He howled to the sky as wind and thunder roared. But he could not resist destiny. The Shang capital Kayaj fell. Dishin set himself on fire. Daji was captured by Zhang Zia, his true form exposed. He didn't struggle. He simply said, I was only following orders. The demon-slaying sword fell. His soul was sealed beneath Mount Kunlun, never to be reborn for 10,000 years. Centuries later, people still debate. Was Daji truly an evil enchantress who destroyed a kingdom? Or just a pawn sent by the gods doing her duty? Some say he was disaster incarnate. Others believe he felt love, only to be crushed by fate. And perhaps, when the palace burned to ashes in the eyes of that fox, there was a flicker of something unspoken, a hint of sorrow, or maybe longing.